So, were you involved with the NAACP at all?
Oh yeah.
What did you do for them?
Well, I joined, and I.
Do you remember what year?
Let me see. That was back there. Let me see. I can't remember the year, but I did a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I did a lot in helping people to vote. I worked with one lady. We went from door to door to register people and all. Yeah. But I've lost contact.
Who were the leaders at that time? And the chapter, was it the Falls Church chapter?
Yeah, Falls Church chapter.
Is that?
I can't think of the lady's name. Mrs. Tenner.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Tenner.
Joseph Tenner's wife?
Yeah. They were the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of the lady's name.
Henderson?
Tenner?
No, she's on further. No. Did you know Mr. Henderson?
Yeah.
What did you?
know him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I didn't know him, but I worked with him.
But I knew of him, but I never done any work with him.
Okay.
Because most of the time I did the work with the Tenners.
So, what would a typical NAACP meeting be in the Falls Church chapter? What would you all do?
We would meet, talk about things that would be happening in the community, what we could do for the community. Well, the same thing that I was doing here until I gave it up. Because I would be with the PTA, and we would meet, discuss things, and for betterment for the community and all.
What kind of things did you want better?
A better recreation facilities, schools, because that's the same thing that we talk about, even here. And better housing, they looking out for the poor and the needy, and to see that they get what they're supposed to get. And most of all, fight for our rights and better rights, and to keep them. And don't go back. You got to stay where we are.
So you talked about, too, recreation. You talked about going to the church sponsoring bus trips to segregated beaches.
Yeah.
That was First Baptist Church. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I think when it comes to churches with the recreation, I think they did what they could do. Now, we had to have recreation because we didn't have to go to the beaches far off, but we could have gone to other local places where they would have, pools and things like that. But you see, that was all for the right. So that's the reason that when they sponsored these trips to the beaches, that's all. But I didn't have to go by bus because I had a car. We had a car then. But I remember going when my children were small to Carr's Beach. But they did away with that in spares. But see, now everything is integrated.
So what was the beach like? What did they have?
It was nice. It was nice. It was real nice. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed packing lunch and going. Well, there was nobody there but just black. But you didn't feel bad.
And you packed a lunch because?
Yeah, we stayed all day.
And there's no place else to get food?
No, we didn't want to buy with food because what happened? We'd have to go in the back door. I decided if I have to go in the back door to eat, I don't want your food. Maybe that's the way. Well, but I don't want your food. But I don't know what you're giving me. You might be giving me food you give to your animals. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of us felt that way, that was educated about segregation. We knew our place, but I'm not going to your back door. If you don't want me in the front door, forget it. And sometimes I get very perturbed about it even now. What are you trying to tell me when you done held me down for so long?
In doing these interviews, it's interesting how many people had never gone to a restaurant or a hotel. When was the first time that you had experiences of going to like a restaurant or a hotel? Were you an adult?
After integration?
No, before. Well, yes, after integration.
After integration? Well, the first time they integrated the buses where we could sit where we wanted to sleep, I sat right up behind the driver. I said, "How are you today?" And that man turned his red. That's fire. He's on fire. So, and I said, "Oh, you are?" Oh, he could have killed me, but it was all right.
What did you think of Rosa Parks?
Beautiful lady. But it takes Rosa Parks to stop the segregation. And it's just like, when I look at Rosa Parks, I think about Martin Luther King, how he died. It's just like it took Jesus to die to save our sins. Somebody has to lose their life in order that the others might live in peace or have a better life. Rosa Parks was a beautiful woman because she made up in her mind, I'm not going to go because I had paid my money. But if she hadn't done that, where would we be?
And speaking of that, today is the anniversary of John Kennedy's death. What do you think about John Kennedy?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Why do you think collecting oral histories for a civil rights project or documenting First Baptist Church of Maryfield